Nice. Just the name conjures up images. Glamour, sunshine, the deep blue of the Mediterranean, maybe a top-down convertible and a cigarette you don't inhale. Yeah, Nice has all that. But we're going deeper. We're going past the clichés. We're digging into the heart of the city, especially when the tourists have gone home. Winter in Nice isn't what you think. It's not deserted. It's not boarded up. It's alive. It's got a pulse. This is when Nice breathes. The energy changes. It becomes a different city, a secret city, and we're gonna unlock it. So pack your bags. We're going to Nice. Most folks, they hit Nice for the beaches. And yeah, the coastline here is the stuff of postcards. Azure waters, skies that stretch forever. But that's just scratching the surface. That's like going to a Michelin-starred restaurant and just ordering the bread. Good? Sure. But you're missing the whole damn point. See, Nice is a city of layers. It's a tapestry woven from centuries of different cultures, different empires, different vibes. This is a place where Roman ruins bump up against Belle Époque architecture, where Italian passion meets French sophistication. It's a city that's been fought over, conquered, and reborn countless times, and all that history is baked into its DNA. And the food? Don't even get me started on the food. Fresh seafood, olives, cheeses, and wines that flow like water. So yeah, you can come to Nice for the beaches, but stay for the history, the culture, and the food. That's where the real magic is. Nice. This ain't no spring chicken of a town. This place has seen some stuff. We're talking millennia, folks. Way back before the Romans even. It was the Ligurians hanging out here. Fierce tribe, those guys. Gave the Romans a run for their money. But the Romans, they always win in the end, don't they? And win they did. They rolled into Nice and saw the potential. Strategic location? Check. Beautiful coastline? Check. They set up shop, did what Romans do. Built roads, temples, baths. Cimier Hill, that's where they left their mark. Ruins, an amphitheatre, reminders of an empire long gone. But empires crumble. The Romans moved on, and history's a fickle mistress that way. For a long time, Nice was chill, a sleepy fishing village, content with its nets and olive trees. Then the 18th century rolls around. Word gets out. This little slice of paradise. Yeah, people start to notice. Specifically, the English. They were like, sunshine, beaches, cheaper than London? Sign us up. And just like that, tourism was born in Nice. The English, they loved their winter escapes. They built villas, promenades, and turned Nice into their own personal Riviera playground. The Promenade des Anglais, that iconic stretch of coastline, a tribute to those early English tourists. But the English weren't the only ones. Russians, artists, writers, all flocked to Nice. Walk through Nice today, and you're walking through a history book. The old town, Vieux-Nice, is a maze of narrow streets, colourful buildings, and hidden courtyards. It's a sensory overload in the best way possible. The scent of fresh bread, the sound of laughter, the sight of laundry drying in the sun. Then you've got the grand squares, like Place Massena, with its Italianate architecture and fountains. Or the Cours Salea, a bustling market overflowing with flowers, produce, and local delicacies. And everywhere you look, churches. Baroque masterpieces, each one more ornate than the last. But it's not just the big stuff, it's the details. Nice ain't just a pretty face though, it's got soul. It's got that je ne sais quoi that gets under your skin. And a big part of that is the culture. It's in the air you breathe, the language that dances around you, the energy that crackles in every piazza. This is a city that lives and breathes art. Matisse, Chagall, they found their muse here. The light, the colors, they seep into your soul. You don't just see art in Nice, you feel it. Nice is a city that knows how to throw a party. And I'm not just talking about the kind that involves bottle service and velvet ropes. I'm talking about celebrations that have been going on for centuries, traditions that have been passed down through generations. Take the Carnaval de Nice, for example. This ain't your grandma's Mardi Gras. This is a 2-week explosion of color, music and satire, with giant floats, costumed revelers, and a whole lot of flower power. Imagine a parade of giant, whimsical creatures made entirely of flowers, and you're starting to get the picture. Then there's the Fête de la Musique, a celebration of all things musical that takes place on the summer solstice. When in Nice, eat like the Niçois. But let's be real, folks. The real reason we travel is for the food, right? And in Nice, the food is more than just sustenance. It's an art form. It's a way of life. It's a damn good reason to book a flight right now. We're talking about a cuisine that's both rustic and refined, a celebration of fresh, local ingredients transformed into dishes that are bursting with flavor. Think olive oil that'll make you want to weep with joy, seafood so fresh it practically jumps off the plate. Alright, let's talk landmarks. Nice ain't messing around when it comes to sights that'll make your jaw drop. First stop, gotta be Musée Matisse. This ain't just a museum, it's a love letter. To Nice, to color, to the pure joy of creation. Matisse, he was smitten with this place. The light, the energy, it poured out of him onto the canvas. Walking through those galleries, you see Nice through his eyes. The vibrant hues, the bold strokes. It's like the city itself is dancing before you. You don't need to be an art critic to feel the power of it. Just open your heart. Let the colors wash over you. You'll walk out buzzing. I guarantee it. And hey, if one art fix ain't enough, no worries. Nice has got you covered. Musée Marc Chagall, dedicated to another giant of the art world. Chagall, he was all about dreams, biblical scenes, a kind of magical realism that'll transport you. Now, no trip to Nice is complete without a stroll down the Promenade des Anglais. This ain't just a sidewalk, folks. This is a 7-kilometer stretch of pure, unadulterated Riviera glamour. Palm trees swaying, the Mediterranean shimmering, rollerbladers gliding by like they're in a music video. Grab yourself a gelato, find a bench facing the sea, and just soak it all in. This is where Nice breathes. The energy, it's electric. Lovers holding hands, street performers doing their thing, old men playing pétanque like their lives depend on it. And as the sun starts to dip below the horizon, casting that golden glow over everything, magic, pure magic. The sky explodes in a riot of colors. The sea turns to liquid fire, and you're just a witness to it all. This is the moment, folks. The moment you realize why Nice has been captivating hearts for centuries. But wait, there's more. Now, if you want to work off that gelato and get a different perspective on Nice, head up to Colline de Château or Castle Hill. Don't let the name fool you. There ain't much castle left these days, but trust me, the climb is worth it. And hey, you can always cheat and take the elevator like a sensible person. Up top, you're rewarded with panoramic views that'll knock your socks off. The entire city's sprawled out before you, from the old town's terracotta rooftops to the sparkling blue expanse of the Baie des Anges. You can see why they call it the Bay of Angels. It's that breathtaking. Take a wander through the park. Check out the artificial waterfall that cascades down the hillside. Find a shady spot under a pine tree and just breathe it all in. This is where you come to escape the hustle and bustle, to find a little peace in the heart of the city. And as you stand there, gazing out at the view, you realize something. Most folks, they think Riviera, they think summer, sunburns and bikinis. But me, I got a soft spot for Nice in the winter. See, when the crowds thin out, that's when the city exhales. It sheds its skin, gets comfortable, like slipping into a well-worn leather jacket. The air, it's crisp, clean. The sun, it still shines, but it's a softer kind of light. Golden hour lasts all day long. You can stroll down the Promenade des Anglais without getting trampled by selfie sticks. The beaches, they're yours for the taking. A little windswept maybe, but that just adds to the charm. And the best part? The locals come out to play. The ones who make this city tick. The fishermen mending their nets in the harbour. Now don't think for a second that winter in Nice is all quiet contemplation and introspection. This city knows how to throw a party, no matter the season. And Christmas time, forget about it. A whole other level of festive cheer. The whole city twinkles with lights. Christmas markets pop up like mushrooms after the rain, overflowing with handcrafted gifts, steaming mugs of vin chaud, and enough sugary treats to send you into a sugar coma. The scent of roasted chestnuts and pine needles hangs heavy in the air, a sensory symphony that'll make you feel like a kid again. And the food? Oh, the food. Winter is when the Niçois kitchen really comes into its own. Hearty stews simmering on the stove, filling the air with aromas that'll make your stomach growl. Truffles, those black diamonds of the culinary world, make their appearance, shaved over pasta, risotto, even eggs. Don't even get me started on the cheese. Now, if you're the type who needs a little more action than strolling through Christmas markets and stuffing your face with cheese, who are you people? Don't worry. Nice is the perfect base camp for exploring the great outdoors, even in the winter. Head north, and you'll hit the Southern Alps. Yeah, you heard me right. Mountains, snow-capped peaks, crisp mountain air, and enough skiing, snowboarding, and snowshoeing to satisfy even the most hardcore adrenaline junkie. Or, for a more laid-back adventure, hop in a car and cruise along the French Riviera. The coastline is just as stunning in the winter, with dramatic cliffs, charming fishing villages, and hidden coves just begging to be explored. Stop for a seafood lunch in a seaside bistro, feel the wind in your hair, and soak it all in. And hey, if you're really lucky, you might even get a glimpse of the elusive Mistral, that fierce wind that sweeps down from the mountains, clearing the air and leaving a trail of sparkling sunshine in its wake. It's a sight to behold, a reminder that even in the depths of winter, Nice is a city that's full of surprises. So there you have it, folks. Nice in the winter. Not the postcard version, not the cliché, the real deal. Stripped down, raw, and beautiful in its own right. We've walked the streets, tasted the history, felt the energy that pulses beneath the surface. We've explored ancient ruins, marveled at masterpieces, and gotten lost in the maze of the old town. We've shared laughs with locals, haggled over fresh produce at the market, and savored meals that made us want to lick the plate clean. We've learned that Nice isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. A willingness to embrace the unexpected, to find beauty in the everyday, to savor the simple pleasures that life has to offer. And that's the thing about Nice, it gets under your skin. It stays with you long after you've packed your bags and said your goodbyes. It leaves you craving the warmth of the sun on your face, the taste of fresh baked bread, the sound of laughter echoing through the streets. But here's the thing about travel, folks. It's not about ticking off landmarks or snapping the perfect Instagram photo. It's about opening yourself up to new experiences, new flavors, new ways of seeing the world. It's about getting a little uncomfortable, a little lost, a little messy. It's about embracing the unknown and letting it change you. So come to Nice, but don't just come for the beaches and the sunshine. Come hungry for more. Come with an open heart and an adventurous spirit. Come ready to explore, to discover, to taste life to the fullest. Come find your own Nice, the one that speaks to your soul, the one that stays with you long after you've left. Trust me, it's out there waiting for you. And once you've found it, you'll never be the same.